What I like the most about Carline Auto Parts is that they don't just sell you an oil. They take their time to educate you on exactly what your car needs. And luckily, they told me about this amazing product for my car's transmission. Booster is the best transmission oil that you can find on the market, and take it from me. If you've ever had a transmission problem, you know exactly what it means to be in those shoes. So get the best product and save yourself the trouble. Call Carline Auto Parts here at East Legon. Call them at Dacoman, and bro, get yours. My sister, get yours. Don't waste time. Carline Auto Parts, your car solution.
Living in Ghana, abroad, a first-timer visiting Ghana, or a company wondering where to get quality service providers in Ghana for any job, then Ejumapa On Demand Services is here to assist you. Ejumapa On Demand Services connect requesters and service providers such as masons, plumbers, electricians, auto repairers, home and office cleaners, trash collectors, rent agents, spa attendants, roofers, beauticians, teachers, CCTV installers, and all artisans on one platform. Yes, one platform. Trust Ejumapa On Demand Services to sort you out any day, anywhere, and at any time. To download the app, please visit the App Store and Play Store or visit our website www.ejumapa.com.
All right, ebusia for mama kwa about SBTV Africa. So time as soon 5:30 Friday. Thank God it's Friday. We are live program now on SBTV Africa na ene many lawyer wisdom akaona program ene segment way and I said topic way I eba betwiti. Mo akwentu mu nyina wo Asia wo infa na wo Arab Gulf countries baby wo bia Qatar, Bahrain, infa name it Dubai, infa baby wo bia anye UK asem nkwa na eba be kan ne ya na me so bi mu kan sa de we bi mu feedback nya me o sa de we ene kwa me so bi be chọ na me say no Saka lawyer oba hadie ene de see a treaty sa topic we very very important because bebre wo Dubai wo Qatar many abrante bi di nkomo ye the video release video no ene na ye di nkomo no me correct no but no so no onim me hu say enye ne fault onim say ebia me wo Qatar na ebia me ejuma wo ho metimi akọ ebia UK embassy o Qatar ho me de me document akọse bia me yese metimi age visa ho akọ UK straight metimi akọ US embassy metimi akọ Schengen embassy sini nyina e wo ni bi akọ apply etukwan efri ho direct without coming to Ghana e ba be find out if lawyer ho me say na me catch Abrantien or who can see agent be ni agent am say masa you can do this research nibi. It's an important way topic nene yeba be treating no. Share link ni ma onua bi. Share ko WhatsApp, so share be ko WhatsApp so status, share on Facebook page, share wo question bi obese obisa na important. We mu amu wo Asia be bia wo share bi we so ko US, we so ko Australia, we so ko Canada. So for us embassy ni kwa embassy ni bi wo be bia wo ne de easy without coming to Ghana. Obu obeka say me back Ghana. Me be connection man be and I'm very way. No. It's never be finding out if we lawyer wisdom akao. Ebu for mama kwa by DJ nyame. Like a chef for adwin cherebra. Anya tem debate adwin chere section we a live program for questions in every lawyer. E obesa obisa ne bia no. No obisa no. Many lawyer wisdom akao wise man solicitors or UK London. By na de me ba be na broad in London. In common everybody UK near the outside other countries in so account. It's my go straight many lawyer wisdom account. Lawyer, where's all? Oh, Mike, no awful. Where's all?
Yo, Efonama.
My phone, our phone. Akperami, my
How was your week, DJ?
Ale, my week there, my people so work so hard work with me there, team no rest. If I rest 1 week, my people go to say nyame. Where the video they nyame. So cool down. So me at the work.
Good
Because
job.
I will serve my people. So I they give them what they go on for the whole world. Why make they know what they go on? If you won't go there, it be easy. Those two where they come where they take contacts to plenty. You want somebody for Bahrain, you want somebody for this. I make stranded for here. Give me somebody. Hey. But I do my best, give boys. Anyway, lawyer. I'm more about wise man solicitors. And then my prompt your market almost say. And then the Eba no very important asking. And then UK in common kwan Eba
Yeah.
outside and Ghana form to kwan any idea. Especially more quantum. The same ko krobi so the same ko then me here. Then I qualify me, then I chese me tinya ko ha me pese me ko ha, then I say me nya ansana. Internet over to you lawyer. Cheche. Say possible say me work Dubai CCA na me hwa. Me pese me ko US and I pese me ba UK. And then I mean here met me UK embassy Dubai. Bebre na ehu na e omo. Nti obeka to stop a connection. And then I mean here met me UK embassy Dubai. I met me aka say me ko visit bi me ko sro bi wo ha me ko yese me ko a stories me ko show met me apply over to you.
Thank you, DJ, and all our fans. Mamo. Good evening and a happy weekend in advance. Yo, DJ, what kind of idea? Very spot on. Very spot on. Nipa bebree ɛnim sɛ ɔmo aman foforɔ bi so either te sɛ nea woka Dubai, Qatar, any of these Arab countries na ɔmo yɛ adwuma wɔ hɔ na ebi ɛpɛ sɛ ɔmo ɛtu kwan ɛkɔ Canada, USA, UK, or any of these other European countries. Ɛyɛ na nipa bebree dwen sɛ gye sɛ wosan ɛkɔ back to Ghana ansa na wayɛ application efi hɔ aba anaa akɔ koro a wopɛ sɛ wokɔ no so. That is not correct. So I'm going to explain it in two ways, or the two categories of people. Sɛ woyɛ Ghanani na wowɔ in any of these countries, Qatar, Dubai, UAE, any of those countries, na sɛ wonni asetena ɛwɔ hɔ a sɛ wonni asetena ɛwɔ hɔ a na sɛ wopɛ sɛ wotu kwan ba akwan foforɔ so a ɛno deɛ gye sɛ wokɔ back to your country to apply to come to the UK or to Canada, to the US, or to any other country. And no HS wouldn't asetena ɛwɔ saa ɛkuro no so. In other words, visa na wodi akɔ wodi kɔɛ no, wo visa no ewu until you are there unlawfully. Now, in any country, if you are there unlawfully, it is considered as though you are not in that country at all, as if you are not in that country. So if you are not in that country, then you cannot be expected to apply from that country. And you cannot apply from the country in which you are to any other country because you are unlawfully. That is that side. Now, so ebia wukoye as a student, and I wukoye as a spouse, and now you went with a working visa, not visit visa, but as a worker in that country. Now, omoje to say ampa kra wo si wotimi eye dwuma wo mra kwan so wotimi tu kwan ko eba. So sana etia se wo pese utu kwan eko any other country, example USA, UK, Canada, Germany, Italy, Spain, or any other country that you want to visit, you do not need to go back to your country, Ghana, to apply from there before you go to the country of Qatar. So let's use the UK for instance. So Obi Ewo Qatar, or Yejuma with maybe a construction firm or a construction company as a builder. Not say wayɛ n'adwene sɛ ɔpɛ sɛ ɔba bɛsra ne wɔfa ne nua bi anaa ɔba ha mpo as a tourist to the UK kɛkɛ mpo a ɛnhia sɛ wobɛsan akɔ Ghana and send out for your application assignment because who are sitting at it was our chronomo. I don't see you don't need to go to your country to apply to the other country or the third country you want to travel to. Uber to me, Ako, the embassy. These days, and yeah, you don't have to go. Near SSO is you can go online and then you submit your application. When you submit your application, you have to add the supporting documents. And no, and I determines that your device and never mount and I am for Emma. You don't need a connection man to make the application for you. So who person will be a na uncompleted form one. That is a different matter altogether. Because sometimes brofono no but you want a better understanding of it. And you will be said to help you complete the form, not necessarily a connection man or an agent to apply for you. So that is that. Now, what do they want to see before your visa application to the UK or to any other country will have the chance of being successful? Number one, as I said, or you have to persuade them or convince them, in other words, you have established presence in Qatar or in the country in which you are. You have established. And based on the fact that you are fully and strongly established in that country, you will come back to that country. And that is the first thing you need to prove. You have to show that you are established there. And this will be to work, but you are in a relationship in that country. That can also enhance your chances of getting the visa to travel abroad to UK, US, or to any other country you want to travel to. So your presence, establishing presence, is very, very important. So when Timian just said, they will not give you the visa. So one is presence. It can be family ties. Number two, then you have to provide a letter from your employer. The letter from the employer, as I said, the following things. One, the type of ejuma wuya. Two, time at wushasiya. Three, whether it is permanent or it is just a contract. Four, how much you are paid. Five, how long the job will last for. Of course, what made you annual salary account in the letter no. And no and never say this person, a juma or yeno, a idea say okwa or kokaho or samba because sika or jeno, sikano endorse. I don't see okwa or sign aba. So that is number one. You need a letter from your employer to convince them or to persuade them that you will come back when you go on visit, and after the visit, you will come back. Mamin Sisubium, you do not need a connection man to do this application for you. You do not need a connection man to submit the application for you. Of course, you can use the assistance of somebody who understands the forms or who can interpret the writing better for you. But if you want to use an agent, nothing stops you from using an agent. You can, but the point is, it is not compulsory that you should use an agent. You can use if you so wish. So that is that, a letter from your employer. Number two, you need your bank statement. Sika yetia no, sa sika no, eko into your account. It is not cash in hand. It is not cash in hand. You have to establish It is a genuine and a legitimate employment awuye, and that employment you are paid. So sikana ewo will pay slips no so no. That money has to reflect in your bank account. So $1,000 extra on your pay slips, and then $500 is showing in your account. The question is, where is the $500 difference? And no will create doubt in their minds, and the application will be refused. So you need a letter from your employer. You need your bank statements, which will show how much you are paid, and that has to match what is on your pay slips. So, with the pay slips without the corresponding bank statements to show the reflection of the salary in the account, it will be refused. It will be refused. So you need pay slips as well. The next thing you can show is if you have a property in that country, or you are renting a property in that country, you can add your tenancy agreement or your mortgage documents if you own a property in that country. If you don't own a property, I am sure you rent a place where you reside. So you need to add that tenancy agreement to show that you are actually established there to an extent, that is, you have a place where you live. These are some of the things you need to provide to support your application. Go online, complete the application form, input all the information they are asking. You will need your passport. You input your name, date of birth, of course, your address, and of course, you also have to input your salary, and of course, the length of work you do. In other words, whether it is permanent, whether it is contract, whether it is an agency, you have to say that. And of course, the country you are visiting. If you have family there, you have to state it. These are the things that ultimate design it support your application. It has a good chance of succeeding. But I want to go back to the bank statement again. They will normally look at the monies that come into your account, the monies that leaves your account, and your closing balance. These are the three things they would want to see. Sika sen and a bow account mo, sika sen and a FU account mo, and our closing balance a saying. So sika eba account no mo a lot. The same way sika FU account mo so edoso a you do not have disposable income which you can readily rely on. And to one share, no more and no so no more refuse your application. So it is always advisable to have some reasonable amount of balance in your account. There is no fixed amount. I said you need 10,000, 5,000, 7,000, or any other amount. But why we say, sit back yourself, ask yourself, Sikasen Namiji, Sikasen Nami say, to know how much is the ticket? How long am I going for? How much would I spend? So look at that, compare it to the amount of money you have in your account. If you have, let's say, £2,000 equivalent in your account, your ticket is, let's say, £700, £1,300. How long are you visiting the UK for? Maybe 3 weeks. How much would you spend during that time? You have to do all these calculations and make sure, sir, you still have enough money in your account to cover your expenditure in and out. That is when you have at least a chance of your application being considered. And this, it is more likely than not that your application will be refused. So, these are some of the things you need to do. If you have family where you are going, you can put their details there. So, being an invite you are, you can put your details there. So one I will call as a tourist, of course. In that case, nobody is inviting you. Complete the form, submit it, add all the supporting documents, and then go for your appointment, provide your biometrics, and I'm sure so almost share and they are persuaded. Say you are a genuine visitor. And yes, I will call cat, and I'll call Juma, and I'll call school. Then you have a very good chance that your application will be considered favorably. And briefly, these are some of the things I want you to know. You do not have to go back to Ghana to apply from Ghana, provided you have a genuine visa or leave in the country in which you are, be it Qatar, be any other Arabian countries. You can go from that country to USA, to America, to Canada, to anywhere. And now, Mika say, a friend of mine came from China 2 days, I think 3 days ago. Oba, he came to see me. He applied, he is in China. He also got a resident permit there. He's not a Chinese national, he hasn't got a Chinese passport. But and I'll apply for visa to the UK, visit visa. I'm the man. Wafaha Oko Ghana. From Ghana is going back to China. The same procedure would apply. If you are in the country legally, you are able to apply for visit visa. You will be granted if they are satisfied that you meet all the requirements for that application. Again, you do not have to go back to Ghana before you apply, provided you are in that country lawfully or legally. You don't have to do. You can do it from that country. DJ.
Nice one, lawyer. Yeah, that's say we briefly and we na mpembebre no so ade a me notice say ehun say wo kan bibi say sika wo account no menya say bia sika bia say dose bia bebre sa but wo hwe enso Ghana for no bebre wo akwantuom no yes wo say bia na obi ana ni sika oje ebi wo ana ni sika ni dose obi wo ansa ni sika so but enyema bi wa ye put in place as in planning na ye kan say minim say ebia dachi bi no me pese bia me adwuma wa ka cry bia 2 years bi time na me pese bi ko UK nti say me bie account wo say enyema bi nyina say enyema wa nya bebre ni mo say me bie account wo salary payment na ba na bia come account mo but ebia ne say ye dru yi na ye ni san hwe fie ni e convert ba Ghana cedi sika ni to account mu na wa send sika na ba fie nti no ni sika wo no ne ye de o be twa no o be didi kakra o di dudu na na ba fie nti o send sika na ba fie mobile money ana aso send ba fie account ne dan wo fie nti e ba ne sa na me nim se bebre yes ha de na e ba ne sa na a part of say I'm planning say ebia say na me pese me ya na ma me pese me ya within this short time nti me build me account me won say ebi mo so ka say eno no amu obi a document bi any problem na no objection certificate no objection certificate NOC obviously no objection certificate eno company na say dem mo na company ni mfa mo eno so na ebi mo so problem but I think say bibia na step by step say only company be here juma I think say lawyer some be steady kakra on be movement kakra the way how here onyama o commitment ni ade nya say lawyer omo hwe ana no nka ho
omo share because say example me my no we are juma 2000 let's say dollars in their currency now why is scanning na the kofie e bia we project be which is okay now say wo plans over to coin in the next 1.5 years. I would advise say yes, you build your account in a way by the time over do that 1.5 year time over your application, you have a substantial amount of money, not over the top, but money that can take care of you, which can prove that but you're not going to leave all your money in that country and go away. And see, if you can prove that you have a reasonable amount of money to take care of your costs, your travel costs, your living costs, and everything, you have some extras, it is good. But So sikani ya tompe, you wire it home. A tompe project now we no wire now. It will show in the account that there is money not staying in your account. Planning is very important. You must have the vision, the foresight that I want to travel in a year's time, in a year and a half's time, and you have to plan your account. Normally, you need 6 months bank statement. Normally, 6 months bank statement. And see, oh, I ask the kind of copy sample. Now, them say in 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, I'll person to buy. Then make sure you tone down, you start toning down, and keep some amount of money in your account. Now, example in Ghana, for instance, they said some people are self-employed, genuine self-employed people. They don't have a business account. They don't run an account as a business. Sasikane tomupe na onweji. They don't have any accountant who runs their profit and loss accounts for them. There is no end of year statement, nothing to show that this is how much you earn and this is how much you have in profits. The scanning na aba, you assume that the scanning enya yawudi. And it's a time nikosun nasa upe visa. With the account na sikabatum boom, let's say $1 million about two accounts no more. Now usi udi ko akoye your application. The question is, where is the million or the thousand or the 100,000 or the 20,000 or the $10,000 coming from? Where is that money coming from? So if you cannot show the source of the money, money laundering will come in. That is what it is. So it is always excellent, good planning, seeing way ahead. You plan well before the time is up. By the time the time is up, you have built your account enough and you have explanation for every money that comes into your account. If you don't have it, you will be stranded. Last minute, Sikako Tomwa, it will be refused. I can tell you 2 reasons why Ghanaian visit visas are being refused now. Apart from Omo from Qatar, Dubai, and all those places, from Ghana particularly, I can confidently tell you 2 reasons why Ghanaian visas are being refused, especially visit visas. Number one, the currency is so bad. And it's a second dose so when they will convert it by OANDA. They will convert the cities into pounds. That abaya kete. And then they'll tell you your 150 pounds equivalent is not enough to show that when you come, you will go back. You think it's a lot of Ghana cities, but when they compress it by conversion, it amounts to nothing to them. I already says it'll be one day Juma with extra hours. It's about 150 pounds. Will be there, and now maybe 2 days a Juma, and I will in a whole month. And see, almost themselves uba now uber chow who cleaning be even 1 month, you will get 10 times more than that. And yet likely says Sandy pay or sign go back to his country. So therefore your application will be refused. That is one reason. Reason number 2 is that we have not been able to show strong ties back home. These are the 2 major reasons I'm the air refusal amount for. About 98% of visit visa applications are now being refused from Ghana. Unfortunately, a few do it well and they get through. Some don't. They just lump everything together. On a Sassikano account or the qua, it will be granted. It will be refused unless you can explain the source of the money, unless the money is very reasonably high, and if they change it to pound sterling, it can still mean some amount to them. And if you are in any of these other countries, remember they will still do the conversion. If you are in Qatar, you are in Dubai, you are wherever you are, they will still do the conversion into dollars or into pounds. I just said, how much is it in the UK pound sterling? So, proper planning, proper planning, proper planning. That is how to go about it. Sometimes you can even plan very well and they'll still refuse you. But at least you know you gave it your best shot. But if you just put everything together, just go and dump it on them, and you think that they'll just grant the visa, unfortunately, Ghanaian visit visas UK visit visas from Ghanaians these days is pretty difficult. So you have to arrange your things very well, properly explain it, set it out clearly before you submit your application. You can do it from anywhere, from wherever you are. To visit the UK, to visit the US, to visit Canada, to visit Germany, you can do it from everywhere, but make sure you have your things in the proper order before you proceed with that application.
Sorry. Me who say na ebi mu ka say me kan bibi no mo say no objection certificate
Yeah,
NOC.
yes,
Uh,
NOC.
yes.
NOC, no, a idea the employer will have to give to you. It's called no objection certificate. That's popularly abbreviated as NOC. That is a type of legal certificate. The organization, the institute, or the employer will have to give you that. I don't object to you traveling. I am your employer, but there is nothing wrong with me to Server. Sometimes the employers don't want to give it out because even they have assessed that and yeah, likely back.
Weba.
Yes, and because they are also profiting from you, they're also making money off your back. They may want to not to give you that NOC. That is what it is. And of course, over here, letter to from the employer to show that this is how much you earn, etc., etc. And once you tell them, they know that you want to travel. I would say if you don't have the NOC, use your contract of employment. Use that contract which will state your job description, the amount of money you are paid. You can use the contract of employment to apply, even if you don't get the NOC, the no objection certificate.
But lawyer, bibi chiri ma adwen so kakra wa ha o. Se uye ejuma o company bia mo a within the year na a 2 years contract. I mean him say na ye nuanom mo Gulf country ni we no mo ye bia Asia mo contract 2 years and our sign contract 2 years and 1 year. So our holiday wo mo leave wo mo. I know some holiday bi o mutimi di ba fie ni ade. Comment section betimi atwa because minim say mutimi ba Ghana also be di 1 month. E twa ticket ma no. Mu twa ticket a company bi twa ticket ma no ni ade. So say menti bibia say o say me pese me call visit na me ye adwuma. Say normally no ebeye me leave and me off na me call leave na me be say ade nti and then na company ne be ka say the whole year me 1 month leave and I say 2 months leave. And then na company be ka say on my letter.
Now, say baby I will fee air bano. And yes sing a how one anka woman have a juma.
Oh yeah. But
And say, I want them say, who come back to Chroma, a honya into the Saba. But who come baby a yes say baby I will on Chroma and ya dear, who be back. So, I want them say, Ghana, honor. We are no one to call Saba. But who could do America, who could do UK, who could do Germany, and you're likely say to come back. So if you want to go back to your country, they have no problem with that. But if you want to go back to or you want to travel to any of these countries, they also process all this information.
But maybe I think say it depends on the company how you juma because maybe one or more Qatar and na more tema those days a vacuum for na before Qatar ni ade no with their family ni omo money and they go to US, they go to other countries, they return always with their family any ade. So maybe it depend maybe how you juma no so you juma sa India for anyway Pakistan for there format for it's your
yeah.
But say we a juma ma company be a respect be what you say we juma to say yeah and then we live you know so can how much me got some farm now because maybe they are paying you well you are dedicated to a job near the baby oh yeah tabletop juma for you be there you no buka kana mo ye no yeah Ebiana, I feel the Martin was so angry. I say, Ebiana company now, it depends the company.
It depends on the company. Some companies are very reputable companies. ABR, Toll, oil refinery, and they do course I can baby Dubai Honor. Now, based on the fact say the company in Ghana, that is the company that sent you to this company in Dubai or wherever it is, there is the likelihood that you will not cut and run to another country because of the company now with Yabana and now Valco that has sent you, or some other companies in reputable company. But say why now who call internet so echo your application and now agents be and they do call why you have no connection, you have no source, you have no point of reference. And because of that, woman said you don't have roots, you are not deeply rooted. And because of that, ukwa and you're likely say oversign up back. That is why sometimes the companies are reluctant to give this NOC to people who want to travel outside those countries to other countries rather than their own home countries. But it's any wakaya, no. People who are there with their families, wife, husband, children, as a family unit, if they want to travel out to America, to the US, to the UK, to any other country, they know you're going as a family, you're coming back as a family, you are well established. In fact, you were well established before you were transferred to that country. And therefore, the likelihood that you would abscond or you will go and not return is very, very small. So the possibility is there, but the probability is small, and therefore they are more likely than not to issue. But younger loan rangers, one man contractor, one hour your application, you have no route. I'm going to say, you are not likely to come back. That is why they object to some of these things.
Lawyer, the okay and one no ba. Miss me who say planning no, proper planning no. Sese na e kan first na because se me ni bi mu kasa na bi mu say me wo Dubai me convert me sika ne ba Ghana, me wo UAE me convert me sika ne ba Ghana, me ti nya 11k, 11,000, me ti nya 15,000, me ti nya 16,000 ni ade a. So ni me say da chi bi be so tu kwan a. Ho no na wa start plan say me save sa sika we e wo my account mu sese na e kan no. At least omo hu say o sika bi ko wo sika bi wo ho ni ade up and down crack. Oh my whole time
It's true. Now the thing is, media, I would always advise people to have at least 2 accounts. The normal one and your savings account. Now savings media, why you have been said this is the purpose for the savings. And you don't have to save everything. But area 10%, 20% of niaunyano, now they are no air to it's savings for you. Together with or in apart from niaudi coffee, the project, niaudi show home, that's our 10% no so they are you'll be amazed at how that money can quickly accumulate. You have a lot of money sitting in your savings account. So one to me and 2 kwampua, you can always use that money for whatever you want to do. So it's all down to planning. Sometimes we have only 1 account, everything comes in, everything goes out. There is no proof that you have enough funds. Ukwa, and because of the money now warranty, you are likely to come back. It's all down to planning once more. Without the planning, it's unfortunate the applications will be refused. Minimobia, you are refusing application 5 times. 5 times. Visit visa application from Dubai. Why? Because his account is looking so porous. Or send him a decision just to read through for him. And I said, my brother, you're not going to come anytime soon unless you correct certain things because the money comes, the money goes. The money comes, the money goes. No savings, nothing. They'll refuse you. The UK will refuse you all the time. And see, it's all down to planning. We plan properly. Know how much a pound is worth. If a pound is 1:10, then you know that you have to say 10 times of that to get 1 pound here. So you have to do all those conversions yourself. It is all they are 50,000 in their currency. Work online Oanda currency converter. Put in their currency and then you see into pounds, it will give you how much it will be in pounds. So when you say, oh, I only have 1,500 pounds, it's not enough. Or I have 2,500 pounds. Okay, that is okay. Or I have 4,000 pounds. these are some of the things you need to do before you launch yourself. Man, so I have 20,000, etc., in the currency there, and therefore it is enough. It is not enough. If you don't convert it to see how much it is worth in your account, it will be refused. Yeah.
Okay. Before I take more questions, no share many lawyer wisdom akao Wiseman solicitors. No, the day no every Friday be a minute was from 5:30 to 7. It's about 7 at GMT net to say upon. Munim say no, so first time now, but the other question be obviously obisana. About 6:30. Say about maybe in Sakabe 17 minutes near about 6:30. About 6:30. But the questions ni na beto screen so obe answer ni na mama answer na. Ya point you bet me a type of questions no comment section no edu so a mema lawyer Mr. Makaho akanyamamo. But lawyer before ya explain way na amomo yen tackle small on bank statement enra many financial experts be edin komo on banking sector ne sikasem ni ade be chipping in kakra about bank statement embassies no so twa ekululu mi bisa say omutimi free na ebisa say we na expenditure say masa sisi ano omu suspecting bi omutimi free bank no so omu free bank na bank no betimi am omu account details no so far as or explain bi chair me na me say okay ono no waka no as financial side and emenya as immigration lawyer me bisa say bank no or can be say bank no so far as wa fill form we do one kasa wa print wa ko statement asha say wa endorse ama embassy no say bibia o fill wo form bibia no who agree to it their terms and conditions wa print wa sign no betimi I take this document no so I can find it out say the statement no nukura bi wo ma na say nukura bi no because obviously the brain na no ye karabule.
It's true. Baby or higher friend DVP, Document Verification Report. UK, now saying ye pa. Document Verification Report. Omwemba hu say ana almost suspect say kululu no ya dos. And see the genuine documents compono. They have to go and check all of this. The banks. This is focusing on the banks to check the account, the existence of the account, and possibly if they produce a letter from the British High Commission, they can even check the closing balance in the account. The entries into that account, they can check. They are able to do that. I have reports from the entry clearance officer, Secretary of State, Home Office. Omakwako checking in proper bank statements, and it came out as false document. There's an appeal I am lodging now. And no, Mameno Eswe said it is not true. Because ne Mame, or she has held this account for over 40 years because she was a businesswoman. She used that account to make an application. And a Home Office for Abba said, Omar refusing because the account is false. The woman says she is taking it to court because she knows that Nyomo Kano and Yanukre is a lie. In this case, she is confident that what they claim is not true. And maybe sometimes they don't even actually do the verification. They just put a sentence there. They just put something there. And truly, when you say a genuine, you will not push it further. But if you yourself, you know that it's a genuine document, that is where you have the guts to challenge them. So, document verification report, they do it. They are doing it more these days because they are suspicious of all the documents that are coming from certain countries. Ghana, they say, a target for them. The documents they did ban, a lot of it, they are challenging it. I recently had a decision, even birth certificates are being obtained from the unlawful sources, from the roadside, tiptoe. All kinds of things are being printed and submitted. School certificates, they go to the schools, the universities to check. They want to check. Bank accounts, they are checking. So we are becoming notorious for using documents that are not genuine. And that is affecting even genuine applicants. And that is why we always impress look, take your time, plan well, and you don't have to go and use a document which is not genuine. If it is genuine and you are refused, you know you use the genuine things. You cannot be banned. A lot of people are being banned 10 years from the UK because they are using false documents, because they are not disclosing information, because they are using false certificates, using false bank statements, forgery. So they have been banned 10 years. In the last 6 months, I can tell you that I've dealt with more than 20 people who have been banned for 10 years from coming to the UK because they have used false documents, bank statements especially. And yes, Ramu, just go do the right thing. Plan ahead. Plan ahead. I want to travel the next 2, 3 years. Plan ahead. Build your account. If anybody goes anywhere to check, the account is genuine, the documents are genuine. Nobody can refuse you based on the document. They can refuse you because you don't meet some other requirement, but not on the fact that the document is fake and then you'll be banned for 10 years. So it's true. They check, they check, they check. And then they'll give us something they call DVP, Document Verification Report. Now, my trust we have contacted the bank so on so and so day. We spoke to Mr. So and so, the director or something, and it has been confirmed that the bank statement you produced is fake. Normally, stamp persist. Then, what do you call court they will base on that to challenge your application. So it's true. Those days are over. Those days are gone. Now everything is being scrutinized very, very keenly. So please, let's do the right things. DJ,
Wow.
it's unfortunate.
Okay. Okay, so mami, me time aso more comments about question time the menya no. I think say we no about previous. Okay, lawyer, we have answered this already, but so there me fan to know on gas be am the question. So there question.
Hello, Yusuf. People have all the necessary documents, but the issue is your company has to provide you with the NOC. No, yes, that's what we talked about. Yes, the no objection certificate. The companies also are thinking that when you go, you won't come back. They also are making profit of you. They are profiting on. I mean, on the fact that you are working, they are paying you cheap, and they are making a lot of money, so they don't want you to leave. So they are also object. But if you can persuade them that look, I just want to go, I'll come back, I'll leave XYZ as evidence or as collateral that I'll come back, then I'm sure they will be more than happy to give you the NOC to enable you travel to whichever country you want to travel to. If your pre-settlement will expire next year, August, can you apply for settlement this August or when can you apply? Before I go on with this one, the Home Office sent us an email recently that those who are on 5 years pre-settled status, the Home Office is going to give them 2 years automatic extension so that they can make up the 5 years. Because I mean, some of them will be here for 3 years, and then they'll give automatic extension of 2 years to make it 5 years. So that is what the email I got from the Home Office: automatic extension for 2 years to make it up for 5 years before you go and do further extension. That's what they claim, automatic. We haven't seen one yet, but that is what the Home Office says. So the question is, if your pre-settlement will expire in August, can you apply for settlement now? It depends on when you were first granted your you were first granted your settlement or your pre-settlement. Now, if you had the old system, the residence card, and that you converted it into or you changed it into the pre-settlement, your 5 years starts counting from when you had the old residence card, not when they issue the pre-settlement. If you are a spouse, if you marry and you came to the UK 4 years ago, and they issue you a pre-settlement and it's going to expire next year, you start counting the 5 years from when you arrived in the UK as a spouse, not when they issued you the pre-settlement. So I will say, when did you establish the right of residence in the UK as a family member of an EU national? Start counting the 5 years from that day. If that day is today, 5 years is today, you can apply for your settlement today. If it is tomorrow, you can apply for your settlement tomorrow. If it is August, yes, apply for in August. You don't have to wait until next August, provided you meet the 5 years from the date you started becoming or you became a family member of the EU national, or you were considered as an EU national in the UK. You don't have to look at when the pre-settlement ends, but when it started from, not when it was put in the passport or on the card, but when your right began as a family member of the EU national. Mr. Sego, there has been concern about English tests your spouse needs to write when he or she wants to come to join you in the UK. Please, how true is it? Yes, that is accurate to an extent. In other words, there were some time ago, people have to do, or a spouse or a partner will have to do the English language test level A1. A1. If they don't have a first degree or they don't have masters, which will be certified by ECTIS, then they have to do the English language test at level A1. There were concerns that people were not writing the test rightly. In other words, not just a and yet nipa no na ono akwakoye ne esese oye no. And see there were concerns, but I know a lot has changed. So say no nya ade a obi betumi akwakoye bibi ama obi ana obi betumi aka bibi agu asomo. And see, I think those concerns would have been addressed because there are CCTV cameras everywhere in the exam center, and I can tell you for a fact that obi entimi nkoye bibi ema obi. And see, that is where we stand because you do a name about two certificate no so we have to take it by that. The fact that there are concerns doesn't mean that will be sure. Currently, I think those concerns have been minimized to the extent that people can write it and pass. And also, some people are very concerned about, oh, me you and co school, me kuno and co school that. Normally, a man in a castle, me one co school, but now one co school, 21 to make kind, say our phone, not say our internet. I was so now obet me call YouTuber. They should enter English language level A1. English language level A1. I'm on Google into the YouTube. Ebe tapes no, ebe videos na mano. Now we tear then they will get used to the accent. Sometimes when you idea no what you say, but the accent, obronina accent na all kano, and no na own tiasia. But the one who tear over and over and over, they get used to it. And to insert say now for so I chatty for about things that are not too important. I would advise, well, it may be important to you, but I would advise if you spend the time listening to the videos on English language level A1 over and over and over, you get used to the accent. Who could do now you be some questions there. You get it, you understand it, you go through with it, and you can pass these exams and then come join your spouse here in the UK. Please, at least how much should one have in his account before he can apply for visit visa from to the UK from any Arab country? Like I said earlier, there is no fixed amount, but I would always say how much will be the plane fare? That is one. Number two, how long do you want to come and spend in the UK? How much would you spend during that time? So add the plane fare to how long you are going to spend here, the amount of money you spend, the shopping you will be making at that amount. And of course, you must have some extra money. So you do the calculation and see that will 2,500 be enough? Will 3,500 be enough? Will 4,000, 5,000, 6,000 be enough? There is no fixed amount, but I would say do the calculations, plane fare, feeding, travel, shopping, do all of that, plus some extra money for yourself. Then if you do that, you find the total, that will give you a rough idea as to how much you may need to support your application. And also remember, whatever amount of money you have in your account, You must explain the source. You must show where it is coming from. Not just 100,000 cities, $100,000, $10,000, $5,000 fine into the account. That would be a reason for refusal. Where is the money coming from? You have to show that. They can say that it is because you want to travel. That is why you took money to put in the account just to build your account. That is what they will say. If you don't show the source of the money, they will say you want to build your account. That is why you just took some money and put it in the account. It will be refused. Mr. Mensah, I want to know if you need an affidavit of support and bank statement from your employer to support your visa application for a conference in the Schengen state without a personal account. Well, if the company is sending you to go for that conference, then of course they can provide you with a letter and possibly the company account to say that yes, we are sponsoring you. That is very important. However, I have seen refusals where the visa was refused because the decision maker said, yes, I have seen your company accounts, I have seen the letter from your company, but I have not seen your own personal account to tell me how much you are having and how you live your life in Ghana. And therefore, I refuse your application. The same principle will apply to everybody and anybody applying to visit any of these Schengen countries. Make sure, even if the government or the agency or the company is sponsoring you, if you can provide your own statement showing that you have some money in there, that will be very helpful to your application as well. Thank you. Lion of Judah. Ask lawyer about having sponsor to support you with his account. Yes, a sponsor can sponsor you, can support you with his account. That is not a problem. But where is your own account? They can look at everybody else's account, look at everybody else's situation. But how about your own situation? That is the first point of call. How is your situation? How can you prove to them that you will go back? Your brother is supporting you, your uncle is supporting you, a friend is supporting you, a sponsor wants to take it up. That is fine. But how about your own situation? That is the focal point. So, a sponsor is allowed, but please always provide your own side of account as well. That gives you a better chance of going through rather than your application being refused. Hello, Mr. Hannibal Francis Kweku Jr. Uh, Ask him if he will advise a young man making 10,000 Ghana cedis to travel abroad. That's a very interesting question. 10,000 Ghana cedis. How much is that, DJ? How much would that be? 10,000 Ghana cedis. Let me quickly.
10,000 is less than £500.
10,000 is less than £500. Let me see. Rwanda. Let me do send wave. Send wave. 10,000 pounds. 10,000 Ghana. 110.
Because £1,000 is about
£689 65p.
600.
We would 10,000, it will be 600. Yeah. So 689 pounds 65p. Well, it's traveling abroad. I always say traveling abroad is not a profession. According to any profession, traveling abroad is not a profession. If you have your profession, you are practicing, you're a young man, you don't have family, you can save, you can have plans for the future, perfect. Maybe you have a profession and you have the chances of progressing through the ranks to the top hierarchy of that company or of that industry. Why would you want to travel abroad to come and possibly come and struggle? That is a question. But it is always down to the individual. Somebody will say, yes, I don't mind to come and struggle for the future, for my children and my children's children. That is somebody else's objective. But that question is down to an individual. Your 10,000 is somebody's 600 pounds. Would you want to leave that and come here and struggle? Or you can do a lot more with that 10,000 in Ghana if you plan well. The question has been posed, but the answer is in your own hands. Do your own assessment. You can come here without papers, and it's not that easy to navigate the system if you don't have the right to work. If you are coming to work, perfect, you can come. If you're coming and you have the right papers to come and work straight away, why not? You can come. If you're coming as a partner, you're coming to join your wife, you have the right to work, of course, why not? If you come into school and you have the chance of progressing to higher courses and probably getting a job, why not? But if you come to struggle, to hustle, then it's up to you to decide. If you can do a lot with that 10,000, then you have to consider it very carefully whether you want to leave that and come and be stranded in the UK without the right to work, or any other country without the right to work. It's a question only you can answer.
Lawyer Yanko.
Please, can UK citizens work in the USA? UK citizens cannot work in the USA unless they have work authorization in the USA. So if you want to go and work in the USA, US of A, you may have work authorization, you may have to have a green card, or you have some other kind of visa that allows you to work. Apart from that, UK citizens can just go and visit 3 months and then you come back to your country, not to go and work. The same way, US citizens cannot come and work in the UK unless they also have the right to work, or they come here as a spouse or as a student or as a tier 2 worker to work. The same principle applies on both sides of the pond. So that is what it is. Thank you. John Kufo Ejewa. Ejewa. Okay. Hello. Can someone holding 30 months parental BRP change it to skilled worker visa? It is possible. It is possible, provided the employer will give you the COS certificate of sponsorship. Yes, you have 2.5 years as a partner or as a spouse, as a parent, and you want to switch to a sponsorship. If the employer will give you the job, will give you the COS, nothing stops you from switching to that category. There is no ban on switching from parent route to the work route. Maybe the child's mother is giving you struggle. The child's mother doesn't want you to see the child, and you may not be able to renew your visa after the 2.5 years, so you want to switch. Of course, why not? If you can get the COS, that would enable you to switch. That is possible. Mr. Amwateng, I have a current account where I receive my salary, and I have some savings where I transfer the salary, but I have an investment account too, which is more than what is in my savings account. So must I stop the investment and send them to the savings to make a big, or to make it big, or what? Not necessarily. You can provide, or you can even make that. You can even take the certificate or the balance of your savings of your investment and use that as a supporting evidence. I know somebody who he was applying for a US visa. That person had treasury bills, a lot of it, a lot of treasury bills, huge amounts of it. And actually, in this country, you also had something we call premium bonds, huge amounts of premium bonds. So the day he was going for the interview at the U.S. embassy, he just gathered all the certificates of the premium bonds and added it to his pay slips and his bank statement. So he told me that when he went, the gentleman who interviewed him looked at the documents. Oh, you have a lot of investments. That is very interesting. And ultimately, he was granted the visa. So the person checked the certificate to see how much investments he has in terms of the premium bonds, and they gave him the visa. That's also being part of it. So you don't necessarily have to defreeze your investment and transfer it into your savings account. You can just still keep it in your investment. If you have certificates or you have an account that reflects what it is, I would say print that in addition to your savings, in addition to your current, and send all of them So you can even convert how much the investment is. Let them understand that it is maybe equivalent to £15,000. In your current account, what is there is maybe £2,500. If you add it, it's about £17,000. And in your savings, maybe you have another £4,000. If you add it to it, it's about £21,000. So you bring all together to support your case. I am sure an open-minded caseworker will see that, of course, you are not desperate to come and remain in this country. They are likely to consider your application and make a favorable decision for you. Zara Dauda, good evening. Good evening. I want to know more about the UK sibling visa and why is the DNA needed, and how possible is me getting the visa? All right, let me just put it that way. Siblings visa. I don't know much about siblings visa. Now, what I know of is that under the EU law, Appendix EU, we have provisions under the extended family members, but that has been stopped from when the UK left the EU. From the 31st of December 2020, no longer siblings can no longer apply to come and join their EU nationals in this country. Siblings cannot come and because extended family members have been cut off. It's only direct family members, wife, husband, children, parents, grandparents, grandchildren, direct. That is for EU nationals. When you come under the UK law, you have to prove that you can apply as maybe an adult dependent relative. But that is almost impossible because you need to prove that there is something compassionate, exceptional, compassionate circumstance in terms of medical reason why you want to come and join your sibling here. But a normal application based on my sister is in the UK. She has a British passport, so I want to join her. That will not happen because the laws have all changed. Everything is now being made very difficult for people to just do this kind of applications. So, if it is something else, yes, but with this particular question, it doesn't look like it's a very good option for you. Doc, assuming, okay, uh, well, assuming I work in Asia and I do my savings in Ghana, can I request for my bank statement from Ghana and use it to apply for the visa in Asia? Of course, you can add it to it as well. Now, this is what they want to see, that the fund can be readily available to you. The funds can be available to you at any time. So if you can get that statement to support your application, it is good. But I would have preferred that the savings is in the currency in the country in which you are. Remember, the savings in Ghana is in another country. Remember, you are not going back to that country. So they want to establish that will you come back? Will you come back to the country in which you are, not back to your country? So you need to show you have established presence in the country in which you are, and when you travel, you will go back to that country. That is where the whole calculation or computation is made before the decision is made as to whether or not you should be granted a visa. So yes, you can have savings in Ghana. It's good, you can add it to it, but it doesn't carry a lot of weight as much as a savings in the country in which you are will carry when they are considering the visit visa application. Hi, Mr. Buffy. You come into your office tomorrow bringing someone to see you. Thank you so much, Mr. Buffy. I'll be right here tomorrow from the morning, 10:30 till thy kingdom come. I'll be waiting to see you. Thank you so much. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I appreciate you so much. Kojo Ewusi. Hello. Thanks so much for your advice on Tuesday. Hope to see you next week. Thank you too, my brother. I hope to see you. God give us life. We will see you. We will see you. John Kufo Jewa. If your baby mama doesn't want to provide you documentation for your BRP renewal, is there any way out to update my Nkrata? Well, yes, there are ways you can update your Krata. Now, this is what you have to do. it's good to start planning early. Planning is very important. As soon as you get your 2.5 years and you begin to see the signs on the wall that this woman is not going to give you the documents to support your application after 2.5 years, you have to start devising your own tactics. One, if she does not want you to see the child, take it to court. There's something we call child arrangement order. The judge will give you the order that you can see your child. She cannot refuse you from seeing your child as long as the judge gives you that order. Based on that order, you can renew your stay even if she does not give you the documents to support the application. The Home Office, this is what we do. We tell the Home Office that you have given this gentleman the stay already 2.5 years. You have already seen his papers. The only reason why he does not have the current papers is because the child's mother, because of antagonistic relationship going on, because of the 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 bitterness or the pain or the antagonism between them, she has decided not to cooperate to help the gentleman to renew his stay. Sometimes home office caseworkers are very reasonable, and with the court order, you'll be granted your leave. We just did it for a gentleman. He went for his appointment on uh, Wednesday. On Thursday, he got his stay. On Thursday, he got his stay because he did a 24-hour application. The woman said she was never going to give it to him. But the Home Office, they are human beings. And it depends on what you write and how you persuade them, they would see reason. And he was granted. He was granted. Good. What's the way forward if your visa is refused based on the fact that you didn't provide a justification and conditions of your stay? Justification of your stay. That is a huge statement. It's a wide statement. What is the justification of your stay? What are the conditions of your stay? What are the basis of your application? Do you have a child? Is a child 7 years old? Is a child settled in the UK? Do you have a spouse? What is her visa status? Did you provide the documents that are required to support the application? Do you have the child's copy of the child's birth certificate, copy of the child's passport? Did you get a letter from the child's school? Did you get a letter from the child's dentist, the child's optician, the child's GP, the child's sports director? Did you get all of these documents? If you did provide these documents and still it is refused, you appeal. But if there is no such provision in terms of the documentations, then already you don't have any case at all. So I need a little more facts before this before this question can be addressed and addressed comprehensively. Michael Saki, can you use secondary certificate to prove of English proficiency? I'm sorry, you cannot use that. But that is a setup for you to go and pass because you have a secondary certificate. It means that you understand the English language. You have to do the A1 or the IELTS before you can prove that you meet the English language requirement. Proficiency, no, you cannot use secondary school. Do the Europeans go through this when they want to travel to Africa? Very good question. Richard Ofori, Mister. I am afraid I don't know, and I don't think they go through all of this as we do. Somebody once told me, a friend of mine, a Nigerian friend told me, I don't know what the black man has done. Even when he's going to hell, he has to get a visa. Unfortunately, we go through all kinds of things, all kinds of scrutiny. For them, I don't know. I think it's a lot easier for them. Maybe because we think they are going to offer us something back home rather than the other way around. That is why we go through all of this. But for them going to Africa, I don't think they go through all of this scrutiny. Prince Adonote, please can you explain vividly on work visa in the UK or USA from the UAE or Qatar? I can only explain from the UK, not from the USA. UK, there are some jobs that have been put in the job market now. They've been put on this shortage skilled route, shortage labor, teachers, healthcare workers, carpenters, construction workers, roofers, tilers, electricians. All these who have been classified in the shortage occupation list. So if you have a skill in that sector and you want to come and work in the UK, you look for an employer who has the sponsorship certificate. If they give you the COS, then you are able to apply to come to the UK to work here. If they do not have the certificate or the license, they cannot issue you the certificate. They need the license to issue you the certificate. If they do not have the license, they cannot issue you the certificate. So get an employer that has a license. The license, they will issue you a certificate. The certificate, you apply to come to the UK to work here. That is just a brief summary of how the whole work visa tier 2 works in the UK. US, I don't have information about that. Mr. Mensa, follow-up question. In that case, would my personal account be the prime account to be verified or the company's account? And what could be the possibility of acceptance or denial? Well, yes, the company account would always be looked at if the company is sponsoring you. That is a starting point. But they also want to look at your own personal account to see how your finances are before they make a decision. Now, if the company is in a strong position and yourself, you have a strong account or your account looks very solid, then you have a very good chance of being considered. Of course, take a letter from your employer to state your qualification, your level of your position, your salary, how long you work with them for, and what possibly the future plans are for you, etc., etc., etc. If all of these things come together, company account, your personal account, I'm sure you have a very good chance of being granted the visa to come to visit. Do embassies call companies to verify documents like the NOC, employment contract, etc., submitted to support the employee's application? They can check everything and anything. They can do any check, every check. They can check with the companies, just as they check with the banks. They can check with the companies as well. So it is possible. It is possible. It may not be, the probability may be very low, but the possibility is there. They can, it's just a telephone call away. All they need is the letter. If a telephone number on it, they dial it, they speak to somebody. Can you confirm this reference number, so and so and so, was it issued by yourself? Yes. No. That's it. If it is yes, case closed. If it is no, then we have a problem going forward. So yes, they can check everything and they can check anything. Mr. Derek, Fosu Derek, please can you use certificate of employment to apply for UK visa? No, I would say you need certificate of employment from the UK or in Ghana, I don't know, but if you are talking about from the UK, I would say you need a certificate of sponsorship, not employment, certificate of sponsorship issued by the sponsor to apply for the visa to come to the UK. COS, certificate of sponsorship to apply to come to the UK. Are there some agencies in Qatar? There are some. Oh, I'm sorry. There are some agencies in Qatar claiming they can arrange work visas for some European countries, and they're charging quite a lot for this. How can one ascertain the authenticity of these companies? Well, I'm sure Qatar has got a list of companies that are legitimate. Just like these countries have list of legitimate companies, I'm sure Qatar would have something of the sort. Registered companies or agencies. Please go online. These days, everything is online. Go online and check with them. Check with online or maybe check with the bodies that register these companies. All you need to do is a little research by yourself to see which companies, which organization registers agencies, because before you become an agency, you must have some certificate from some source, from a higher organization. So you can just research, find out that organization that issues the certificates to find out if those companies or agencies are genuine. If not, please don't throw your money away. I've seen a lot of people throwing money, good money away, and the people disappear. You don't get your money back. You don't get the visa, you don't get your money back. So please do a little homework for yourself. Just spend 30 minutes, 1 hour doing your background check rather than going to throw your money away to people who are just there to fleece you of your money. Hello, good evening, Mr. Siwa. I am in Turkey and my sister-in-law in the UK has invited me. Can I do the process here in Turkey? Yes. If you are in Turkey lawfully, legally, if you have the right to be there, either as a student or as a worker or as a partner or as a spouse or anything, if you are there legally, yes, you can apply to come to the UK straight. You do not have to go to Ghana to apply from Ghana. You can apply straight from Turkey to come. But I mentioned that you have to put certain things in order. Your bank statement, if you're working a letter from your employer, you have to have your pay slips, you have to have your bank statement in good order, you have to prove that you are there legally. So maybe if you have a visa there, you have to make a copy of that and support the application as well. So yes, you can apply from Turkey without having to go to Ghana to apply before coming to the UK. Thank you. Lion of Judah again, lawyer, please. I've been living and working in the UAE for the past 5 years without coming to Ghana as I always prefer to spend my holidays here. Would that affect my USA B1, B2 visa application? No, that would not affect your, that in itself will not affect your visa application. There are other factors that they will consider as to whether you will go back, your funds. Same thing been talking about your funds, your employment, the strength of your connection to the country. Those are the things they'll look at rather than where you spend or where you've spent your previous holidays. That in itself should not affect your application. DJ, thank you.
Lawyer, questions no door, so but a bit wa na me skip it because I think say be a bit more a new program way so I'm going to be some questions to be concerning US and other way, but where UK anything concerning UK just that a net topic I had by any can say more Gulf countries ne we know Asia also and Ebisa say it is hot topic ne by and but we no be saying be about Schengen onye Schengen man who be saying be about Canada US on Australia onka but who be saying be concerning UK and it dey make me aka just obeka it is mo amode questions be me we mo dey na or the nam Schengen mo so be say US ne eno no ubisa na ono kraka wa kan wa akra say ubisa na ono enye ne field but bibi e fa UK hu bia no de ba ye de beto screen so nti mo share no so bu na in the first time of share nti ye ba Schengen at Thursdays mini Aisha ba say Thursdays 6 to 7 every Thursday 6 and 6 to 7 and fa Schengen hu bi obisa na about Schengen visa Germany no be ya no but we dey mesrem UK and bisa no bibia concerning utrako Ireland cry not Ireland can one as them can not Ireland can
Northern Ireland
okay who bisa bibia eko Schengen ni Asia mo dia ontimi ya no US mo dia ontimi ya no enti Mr. Mo mami ko questions na do so pa lawyer ye monitor to na aka be 5 minutes na time aso lawyer wisdom aka off okay mami share we have to order that, but let's take this and see.
I just joined now and I want to ask, can one get an UK visa if he or she doesn't have much in his or her bank account? Any idea of, well, Mr. Usu, it's going to be difficult for you to get a visa if you don't have money in your account. To be honest with you, it is not the balance counts, but they want to see whether you are more established in another way. Your employment, the length of your employment, how much you earn a month. Of course, the balance counts. The higher it is, the better it is. But if there is nothing in it at all, you can prove to them that when you come, you will go back, and therefore they are very likely to refuse. your application. Emmanuel, Mr. Drew, I've applied for a lot of work, UK jobs online, but none has shown interest. What do the employers actually look for? It's difficult to say now, to be very honest with you. Employers, you have to first of all look at the area of the employment. What job do they do? If it is IT and you are talking about health and care, obviously they'll not even spend time looking at your visa, your application. If it is legal system or law and you are talking about NHS, obviously the lawyer will not spend time looking at your application because it's not related. If it is about health and care and you are talking about something else, they wouldn't spend time looking at. So, first of all, if it is about construction and you are talking about something else, they will look at it. Identify the area, see if your skills suit that area. Check the job description before you put in the application. Otherwise, you just be applying to sectors that may not necessarily require your service and therefore they would not get back to you. Can you apply COS online and get it at United Kingdom? COS, yes. You need an employer who has the license to apply for the COS for you. So you need an employer who has a license from the Home Office to apply for the COS for you. So you yourself cannot just apply for the COS online. It does not happen that way. It is the employer who has a license who can give you the COS with which you can then apply to come to the UK to work. Mr. J. Bremer Emmanuel, thank you. Mr. Saki, I live in UAE. Do I need to cancel my contract here in UAE before I can work with a company willing to give me COS? You don't have to cancel your contract. I would not cancel my contract until I am sure that I have a visa in my hand. I will not cancel my contract. What if you cancel your contract and don't get your visa? What will you do? You can't go back to the employer again. So if I happen to be in your position, I will not cancel my contract. I will still hold on to it. When I get a COS, when I get a visa, and possibly I travel out of the country, then you can kindly notify them. Or after you've got your visa, they give them the reasonable period of notice before you leave. But don't quit before you get your visa because it is not guaranteed. Lily Payne, what are some of the legit UK jobs portal websites which we can apply? Well, I only know of the what do you call it? The register of licensed sponsors. Register of licensed sponsors. Go to Google and enter register of licensed sponsors. Now it gives you all the companies that are licensed to employ. Then you can contact them. Their telephone numbers are not there, their emails are not there. However, if you take their name and you put it in Google and you make a search on them, it will give you their contact details that you can contact them. So that is what I can say. Any job, any company on the register is licensed by the Home Office to employ. That I can say. But there are terms and conditions. I am not privy to that, so I can't advise you on that aspect. DJ.
Okay, lawyer wisdom account medase obini message or the buyer can
I'll say, in fact, this man is genuine. He put smile on my face when other lawyers told me my case is impossible. Lukman Kasim, yes, that's the man. that's the man. That's the man. Lukman, thank you so much. I appreciate you. We are here to help. If it will work, we will tell you. If it will not work, we will tell you. Today, somebody came to me. He's willing and ready to pay. I told him, Daddy, you do not meet the requirement. You do not meet the financial requirement. The application will be refused. You will pay the Home Office 3,600. I will also take your money and I can guarantee that it will be refused. With him, yeah. He got up from his seat, he shook my hands and said, "Thank you for telling me the truth." That is how it is. That is how it is. If it won't work, I will tell you. If it will work, I will tell you. Look, man, come and visit us. Let's have a chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody. Thank you, DJ. I appreciate you. Tua.
Lawyer Wisdom Akaho Obinfu, champion lawyer.
I beg.
Champion lawyer. Me say me ni obi ba say na me born about say oh champion one. Forget you be a we anya say internet too. My call office mo amudi SBTV Africa Chino. Me call UK my call office 3 times and then I program 3 times. Me we no na me say man we Obinfu. Just that hot man. Lawyers no doors or your big officer, champion lawyers, lawyer Francis, lawyer Amoa, name lawyers, one of you lawyers, no doors. Heavy squad. Ain't even in the bar, say, I dear I'm in the bar, be kind now free no. Friend of friend of phones soon near dear, Ubebuku, meaning in a bar, no Obama free filler, and no one better move no free filler. Cabanao, and can I say it in your views, baby? 5,000 share straight and now 10,000 share near Suya, they're not better. Few ones number share. You're the emphasis. I'm on between them on and a bomb to bring on share way. Man, I go share TikTok and Facebook, video be attempted and a penny. Yeah. We are not business. Nyami, you know get connection, you know get somebody, connection man chop my money. Agent me chop my money, and this one chop my because we were how best how best me in at the end. Compare. That is my problem. But mom we are smart, they go do they go take them always. Somebody him they be Saudi or the brewery. And the topic I'm in by a treaty. Say who Gulf country. Now who different Asia how baby. Now person call Canada, person call you, person call Australia. Or more feel an in the union. Or more because that and a wala. Kobi with the question be to screen so lawyer answer that into the man fan ba biom no video no obetimi ahwe biom answer that no kan about say so be sponsor obetimi to coin and only enough funds or statement like only enough funds or account man I think say lawyer we here no that question about that into Kobi obetimi ayewe me dem answer na mo share SBTV Africa lawyer wa address no London Dawson Junction, and then everybody McDonald's, everybody McDonald's. It's who are McDonald's not how the one. McDonald's not how the other because McDonald's no who do McDonald's Dawson
right.
McDonald's misses you are.
Also. Me person me here for the back and McDonald's.
You know one bang belly. Like for address me to there. Anyway, the phone number and a good screen so no. And one will be sending contacts and say, oh, first time I'll share every Fridays piano. Menene what I say Fridays 5:30 GMT Ghana time. UK 6:30. Into Ghana there normally there 1 hour. I 5:30. We are no many no her life. Who questions? I always this and always maybe so we are further away now. Who UK honey and the always all friend who other country was all friend office number and the numbers in the good screen so but I always me the address now to that.
DJ Midasi. Why Smart Solicitors number 8 to 9 the Print House. 18 to 22 Ashwin Street. Obi Bisami said Print House na honamu print visa na Davy and print visa. A building in a print house. And you had your print visa. Honey, a jumano. There they are called no one more visa, not Udi Abba. 18 to 22 Ashwin Street, London, E8 3DL. E8 3DL. A telephone number near 0208 0165 384. 0208 0165 384. Mobile number near 079 31 411 042. 079 31 411 042. And then you lawyer Bosom Pim. You lawyer Bosom Pim. Ano ne number 07946772439. 07946772439. And your lawyer Nana Amwa. Nana Amwa. Ano ne number 07737572905. 07737572905. And we lawyer Nana Amwa. And your lawyer Rosemary. Rosemary. Or no, ne number. Rosemary number is yes 07719564411. 07719564411. So these are the numbers. Office number here 0208 0165 384. Ufra Wabuki na yeteme anya telephone consultation. A bit far away, they are not able to travel to London or to the office. We do telephone consultation. Ufra no Wabuki, we have a slot for you that we can do it either Zoom or WhatsApp video or telephone. The same advice will be given to you wherever you are. So, and here's how we're back. We look after. You are directly at the Dawson Junction behind the McDonald's. Dawson Junction behind the McDonald's, very close to the Dawson Market. So, Ubankwa, Yabesho. Uba nebe yenswa, your mama swati, enye yenswa. We'll tell you. If you have to wait, we will let you know. You have to wait for some time. That is just the way it is. That is just the way we do it. We thank you. We appreciate you all. I am hopeful that we'll have a peaceful weekend. So, Nyame, Eddie Young Kwanchaya, that's a net. DJ, I thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. You're a good man. God bless you.
Akpe lawyer wisdom, Akaho, wise man solicitors, Obinfu, champion lawyer.
Oh, DJ. Dabena weba.
Over Ghana.
Dabena weba.
Lawyer, that's your lawyer. Yada lawyer wisdom, Akaho, say wise man solicitors. Mamushe, na midama say, and that time now, pound about 10 minutes, and then they will say yes. Questions near the topic near the Bible. See, a man for yeah, I say Charlie. I just say my golf people the day they make what and Dubai and Qatar people and things, Charlie. It's important. It's me them waha say bibi now be say bisamawa. But lawyer the about UK lawyer we dey already UK common kwa but the education by yeah, the more bebrem or SBTV Africa so me dem say mo share Madam production team I say mo share na Godfrey Apreku Bonsu. Thank you so much Eric Nagba. Thank you so much. Watch it. Ofosu Derek. Rider TV. Big ups. Imananoche me da say Pepra Atta Gordon. Me da say Naomi Eshen. Paul Neil. Me da say Ofori Kweku. Ofori Kwejo. On the one trophy. The church of minim the otro. Emmanuel Eje Berima. Thank you so much. Lukman Kasim. Lily Payne. Thank you so much. Michael Saki. Sylvester Educhum, Lisa Mills, thank you so much. Kwakaf, I mean, I say, Kezia Kate, thank you so much. Eje Berima, I mean, I say, Ohineba Francis Kweku Jr., big shout out to you. Sylvester Doom, okay, Kobe, thank you so much. Kojo, a free year, me da say, Benjamin Okra, me da say, John Kufuor Ejewa, me da say Emmanuel Oduro, John Insob. Yenya some technical problem kakra, but ma sort it out. Yasaba back na me chia me da omo mo hwe yenya ase na menya some problem kakra, but ma me wie preko na me sign it out. Omo mo hwe no so de say me bo mo aba so my ade. So I think say Lukman Kasim, Lily Michael Saki. Okay, I think so. Woman in my bomb, the human or draw. Okay. Lion of Judah, thank you so much. Emmanuel Noche, thank you so much. Emmanuel Siwo, thank you so much. Derek Fosu, Gifty Deb, thank you so much. Rich Boss 90, thank you so much. Edu Daniel, Ebenezer Cole Mensa, Felix Poku, Prince Ado Norte, Osman Pe, thank you so much. Richard Ofori, Manyoyab, thank you so much. Manyoyab Qatar, Isaac Ameyao, John, okay, Isaac Befi, Kojo Ewusi, Zara, Dauda. Prince Akwesi Amwatin. Thank you for watching. Mo amochwe nya na me ma mo shout out so Nana Kweku Amankwa. Thank you. Highly Spirit TV. Thank you so much. Osman to Mama shout out. Derek Benz. And Nyabro Kweku Vovo. Highly Spirit TV. Thank you so much, Solomon. Maxwell Sapon. Salomo Kwe. Thank you so much. Guys, me the man some share SBTV Africa videos. No, the 3 ago me signing out another one, but powerful one. The powerful 3 videos they go me 90. So one me say I'm making sure say tap on the subscribe ko videos no na share in some there yesu an there uti amanfo story so so buy show no so bia be join SBTV Africa family WhatsApp me na send me voice note if me DJ Nyame madam production team as DJ click Sharon Natina who share mo kroma ka say den tour na magis tour so mo share me the new video tools is here so guys tour.
Oh hello people, my name is Kali Boss. The only boss. Oh, wait, what else? Have you heard? Wait, do you know that Tap Send is live in Texas? Oh, you didn't know? We went to New York. Now we are live in Texas. So people in Texas and around, all you have to do is to download Tap Send. Yes, Tap Send has become the most unique, secure, and fast way of sending money across the world to your loved ones anywhere. Okay, so download Tap Send on Google Play Store or App Store, and when you're in Texas or around, you just have to put in the code TXGH. What did I say? TXGH, and you get $10 for your first transaction you make. Mahama media, Texas, you drew, huh? Very soon we'll conquer everywhere.
Download Tap Send now on Google Play and App Store. Tap Send, it's secure, convenient, easy, and fast.